Hi, our dearest viewers. You're welcome to today's class in the Zillow School of Marketing. If you're coming across our channel for the very first time, we simplify marketing for beginners, for young people looking to learn a skill, digital marketing, or for marketing professionals looking to up their game or refresh their knowledge, or for entrepreneurs and business owners looking to make maximum sales and profits in their business. Do well to like this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of the amazing goodies we have in store for you. You can also share this video to those who you believe it will be beneficial to. Today, we are going to be taking some FAQs, frequently asked questions, and their answers from our last class, Market Research Basics, how to know your competition and trend. This is tailored to address common concerns that people expressed in the last videos and that most marketing staff or business owners will face with market research. The first question is, what is market research and why is it important for my business? Now, market research is simply the process of collecting data about your industry, your competitors, and your market trends. Remember, we all have different markets. We are all probably entrepreneurs or business owners or marketing staff, but we have different markets, if you get what I mean. The market I sell to might not be the market Mr. A sells to. We all operate in different markets. So how do you understand your market? How do you understand your industry? How do you understand what is working and what is not working among your competitors? How do you understand what is trending in your space? Now, this is essential. Market research is essential because it helps you understand the competitive landscape. It helps you identify your customer needs and uncover opportunities that you would have not found if you were not searching or if you are not actively trying to gather information. Now, it helps you understand your competitive landscape. There's competition in every market, so don't think it just varies. The degree of competition varies. When you understand it, you know how to utilize it. And you identify your customer needs. So your customers feel seen. They feel seen, they feel heard, they feel understood. And trust me, it melts even the strongest heart like butter when they realize that you actually understand them, you see them, you hear them, and you get them. They'll gravitate towards you. And then you uncover opportunities that are hidden in plain sight. Trust me, there are millions and millions of opportunities hidden in plain sight from those who don't look the extra mile. Now, with this information that you get from your market research, you can now make informed marketing decisions. You can stay ahead of your competition and you can better position your brand to meet customer demands. So while everybody's struggling, you'll just be coasting and making so much more profit and success. And you'll be wondering what your secret is. It's just because you use data, because you're careful enough, intentional enough, and skilled enough to research, get data, and utilize that data in your marketing. Now, the next question we'll be answering is, what are the two types of market research? Now, there are two types of market research. We have the primary research and we have the secondary research. What's the difference? Now, the primary research is the research you conduct yourself. You use surveys, interviews, or focus groups, and it gives you direct insights into your customers and into your industries. So that's the difference. Primary, you conduct yourself. Secondary, you don't conduct yourself. This is easier, this is faster, this is free, right? Both are important. Anyways, I have to add that. The secondary research is the data that involves analyzing data that has already been gathered by others, right? So you use industry reports, use studies or information from competitors. You can watch our previous video to get how to max information, how to use competitors to your advantage so that you stop worrying the next time somebody starts a similar business to you, or you come across another page that sells fashion clothes or fashion accessories like you do. It's actually a blessing and not a curse that you think it is. Both types are valuable. They help you gain a comprehensive understanding of your market. Now, the next question is, how do I start conducting market research for my business? So if you're like this person, you're at the point where, okay, you just got to find out about market research and now you're wondering, what do you do next? It's simple. You can perform competitive analysis, study your competitors' websites, their social media, their products, and their customer reviews to understand their strengths and weaknesses and know how to adopt their strengths and work on their weaknesses so that you don't have the same weaknesses. And then you can use tools like Google Trends, right? This helps you identify what's popular or what's trending in your industry. And then you can also conduct customer surveys. So you can ask your existing customers about their needs, their preferences, and their pain points to understand how your product or service can better meet their expectations. Now, this for me is it takes the eye. It's just the most awesome part of market research, because we just often sell to our customers and let them go. Create a survey, thank them for patronizing you, and ask them, follow up with them after 1 or 2 weeks. You can automate these things. If you sell from your website, you can automate them. You can get them to send it to them via DM, send them a link, create a Google form. It doesn't have to be complex, but just always try to get feedback. It helps you know what the customer was looking out for. It might have just been something small that you overlooked, and you probably will never have realized if it was not pointed out to you. Now, the next question is, what is competitive analysis and how can it benefit my business? All right, competitive analysis involves examining your competitor strategies. I know it sounds funny, but you have to examine your competitor strategies, their marketing efforts, their product offerings, and their customer feedback. So, what are they getting right? What are they getting wrong? And how can I make sure that I am getting what they get right, and I am also getting what they get wrong right? That is simply it. And then you'll be surprised how much more profit, results, sales, visibility you will get from this little strategy. Now, this allows you to identify what's working well for them and areas that they might be lacking, right? And it helps you spot opportunities to differentiate your brand, to improve your product or service, and to gain a competitive advantage. You might be very lucky that your competitors are not paying attention. They're not subscribed to Zillow's School of Marketing, so they're not going the extra mile. People are saying, okay, you sell eye products, we want you to also sell skin products, but they're not paying attention because they feel like, I started my business to sell only eye products. Your customers are king. Listen to them, give them what they want, and they'll be so happy to keep coming back, especially if it's not just one person who has made a particular request. Now, if you're smart enough and you see that your competitor is ignoring it, you can quickly take the initiative, take the cue, and do what they're asking for, and you'll find them gravitate towards you and towards your business. Now, the next question is, how do I use Google Trends for market research? Now, Google Trends is a free tool, very interesting. Free tool, very, very, in fact, a lot of Nigerian business owners do not know about it or do not even use it. A lot of marketing professionals as well. Now, this tool, it shows you how often specific search terms are entered into Google over time. Everybody uses Google. I'm sure you do too. Maybe you even found this video by searching, inputting a Google search query, right? We always use Google. You want to find out how many colors does a leopard have. You're going on Google to input that search query that will generate you answers. If you use the data gotten from Google Trends, it will tell you how many times people search for a particular item. So you know if there is demand for it or not. Now, you can use it to identify trending topics, seasonal fluctuations in demand. So you know how to strategically position your sales and then your offerings. You know what you're ordering in January, what you're selling in February, what you're selling in December. And then the changes in your customer interests, consumer interest over time. Now, this information, it helps you align your marketing strategies with current trends. So your customers will just keep wondering, wow, how does she know what I want? She's always on point. Every time before I need something, she already has it. All thanks to Google Trend. And then this ensures that your brand stays loved, appreciated, and relevant. The SWOT analysis is a framework that helps you access your business's strengths, what you're good at, that's your strength, your business weaknesses, what you could improve on, areas you could improve on, areas you're struggling in, and then you could actually improve on, and then your opportunities, the external factors that you can capitalize on, and then finally your threats, that's the T, the external challenges that could negatively impact your business. Now, when you conduct this SWOT analysis, you can make strategic decisions based on a clear understanding of both internal and external factors. This will help you optimize your market position. We talked about this SWOT analysis in detail in our last video. So if you haven't watched that video, after this, do well to find the video and watch it. Then you understand how important a SWOT analysis is to your business and how you're leaving a lot of money on the table when you do not do your SWOT analysis frequently, consistently, and truthfully. Now, the next question is, how do I perform a SWOT analysis for my business? Now, to conduct a SWOT analysis, simply follow these steps. Number one, list your strengths. So as I would advise, make sure you're relaxed, make sure you're honest, make sure you're ready to up your game. Take a notepad, take a notebook, take a Google Doc, and then list your strengths. So create a column or a row for strengths and then list your strengths. This could be factors like your unique product features, excellent customer service, or your strong brand reputation. The things you do so well that anybody that comes across would have to give you a compliment. Those are your strengths. Now identify your weaknesses. Consider areas like your budget constraints. Okay, I'm on a very lean budget. I don't have so much money, limited resources, or gaps in expertise. Maybe I just started marketing, but this is my first course on marketing. Or I don't even know any marketing. That could be a weakness. But it will really not hold you back when you identify it, because now you know what the issue is and you know how to fix the issue. Because the problem listed is a problem how solved actually. You're sharing it with your notepad, but then of course it causes you to find a solution to the weaknesses that you have itemized. The next thing to do is to explore opportunities. So you look at industry trends, you look at gaps in the market, you look at changes in new technologies, things that you could leverage to actually improve your products or services. And then finally, you assess your threats. So you identify challenges like new competitors, changes in consumer behavior, economic downturns, like economic situations that could negatively impact your business. Now, this process helps you strategically navigate your market environment. It helps you out, it makes you aware. It helps you be and stay aware of the issues that are ongoing. So you realize in that by doing this, you know what to work towards. You know if there's an issue, you know how to find a solution, you know how to identify opportunities and actually grow your business, grow your organization, get accolades, get profits, get bonuses, get raises. And of course, do well to send our share when you eventually get all of those beautiful results. So the next question is, how often should I conduct market research? So market research should be an ongoing process. So don't do it once and assume that, okay, once saved, forever saved. No. Regularly gather data about your industry, your competitors, your customers, because this will help you stay updated on emerging trends and shifts in the market. Now, conduct formal market research at least once or twice a year, but then you can always keep an eye on competitors. Just be that eagle, that hawk with very keen and sharp eyesight, and you will thank yourself for it. And then, yeah, pay attention to their competitors, to customer feedback, and industry reports more frequently. This would actually change the way you use social media, because now you'll be operating like a spy with a mission on a mission. You no longer just be enjoying the flow, going with the flow. You're trying to see what's this brand, what are they getting right, why are they topmost brands in this space, what do they understand, who are their customers, how do they create that relationship with their customers, and this would make your business actually more successful. Now the next question is, what tools can I use to gather market research data? So now that we have all agreed that market research is so vital, so important, so crucial, what are the tools you can use to conduct successful market research? So some of the tools that you can use, I've mentioned a few: Google Trends, which will help you identify search trending search terms and consumer interest. Another very important one is Google Analytics. It will provide insights, your website performance, your visitor demographics, and user behavior. This is so important because to help you create your target audience personas, which will help you know what kind of content to create, what kind of marketing content will resonate with your target audience. And then you can use your Google Forms or SurveyMonkey to create surveys for your customers to gather feedback. And then finally, you have your social media insights. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they have analytics and they show you your engagement, your demographics, and your trend. And all these are very, very important and useful. Don't sleep on them. Don't be that user who does not even go to the back end to check what is happening. Always check. Every ad you run, every post you make, every reel you put out there, check. It doesn't take you more than 10 to 15 minutes to check those things, but the results go a very long way. And then we have industry reports. So look for published studies and reports related to your field for additional insights. All right, so the next question we'll be answering is, how can market research help me stay ahead of my competitors? So market research allows you understand what your competitors are doing, what customers in your industry are looking for, and what trends are emerging. Now, with this knowledge, you can identify gaps in your competitors' offerings. What are they doing? Could they be doing? What are the issues that customers have with what they are currently doing? It helps you spot trends early and capitalize on them. It also helps you adjust your strategies to better meet your customer needs, and it helps you innovate faster than your competitors. This enables you remain competitive and helps you grow your market share. We are not all knowing, yeah, that's it's God alone that is all knowing, right? And then there are some people who don't even bother to go the extra mile. So for those people, there are usually gaps in their offerings, maybe bad customer service, maybe poor delivery, maybe they misplace orders, they misplace packages, just little things here and there. And you'll be so surprised that it's those little things, right, that actually create the experiences that customers remember. So you might go all and beyond, do everything humanly possible to give them good services or products. But the little gaps could make them actually become loyal customers to someone else who cares to fill in those blanks. So customers are king. When we say a customer is the king, it's because customers know they want what they want. Don't argue with them. Just figure out what they want and do your best to give them what they want. That's actually the secret of marketing and of growing your business, growing your brand, growing. Just be a listener. Be a very good listener. Yes, you will talk, you would also talk, but realize that communication is a two-way street. So you talk and you listen. And trust me, when you listen more than you even talk, whatever you say it will hit the nail on the head. It will be spot on, and you would get very amazing results. So when you can also spot trends early, you make customers wonder, how does this brand just always know what we want? Because you will just always know what they want, and then you'll be able to adjust your strategies. You get to meet your customer needs better than someone who's not going the extra mile or paying attention. And these things might look like Herculean tasks, they might look like a lot. When you get used to them, when you do them often, when you just listen better, when you just ask better questions, when you just pay more attention, it becomes a lifestyle and it becomes way easier, and you get way more results than the person who is doing the barest minimum, especially in the long term. Now, next question we'll be answering today is, what if my market research reveals that my competitors are doing better? So this is a hard pill for many of us to swallow. You know, it's better when our competitors are doing worse or they're not doing as good as we are doing. But then what happens when you conduct market research and realize in the process that your competitors are doing better than you, better than your brand, better than your organization? Now, if your market research shows that your competitors are performing better in certain areas, now use that as an opportunity to learn and improve. So yes, your feelings might be hot for a short period of time, some minutes, some hours, or some days if you are a very emotional person. But would you rather choose to not be hot and be redundant, not grow, or to be a little bit hot and actually grow and improve, right? So the choice is yours. Now, when you analyze what they are doing right, those areas that they are performing better, you'd see what you can do to improve, to adapt, to innovate on their strategy. So you will not even aim to just be like them. You would aim to be better than them. And that is the trick, right? So you identify gaps where you can offer something unique or improve your customer experience. And then you use those insights to fine tune your messaging, your product development, and your marketing strategies. So the next question is, how do I analyze market trends to stay relevant? Now, the answer is, to analyze market trends, you just need to pay attention to search trends by using Google Trends, see what your customers are searching for. Industry reports, so you follow people who are authorities in the industry. Usually they have newsletters that you can sign up for, and they are usually free. And then you just follow big brands like HubSpot, those guys who are particular about marketing, research, find them to stay updated. Neil Patel is somebody too that I personally follow and learn from. So in this field, there's a whole lot that is evolving because social media companies are trying to evolve, are trying to train, they're trying to out to win their competitors. You know, there's also a lot of rivalry and competition in that space. So there's a lot that is being changed, a lot that is being added. There's a whole lot of change going on, just transformation going on. So you cannot rest on your oars. If you are in this field, you need to be consistently learning, growing, and improving. One of the ways to do this is to follow authorities and industry reports to stay updated on what's new, major shifts, and emerging technologies. And then track consumer behavior. So try to understand how what your consumer needs are and how their buying patterns are changing. And when you monitor these trends, you would adjust your offerings and strategies to stay relevant in an ever-changing dynamic market. The next question is, how can I use customer feedback for market research? So if you've been paying attention, I've talked about customer feedback being one of the best ways. In fact, it is a gold mine. Customer feedback is a proven gold mine, and it helps you understand what's working and what is not working. Now, you can collect this feedback through surveys, through product reviews, or social media interactions. Don't be shy to ask for reviews. Don't. If you're confident enough to know that you have delivered a very good product, a very good service, ask for reviews. Ask nicely, of course, but ask for reviews. So now this data helps you identify common pain points, areas for improvement, and features that customers love. And when you incorporate this feedback into your marketing and your product development, you ensure you are meeting your customers' needs more effectively. When you get it, don't just keep it as data. Oh, Zillow School of Marketing taught us how to get data, so I've gotten data. No, use that data. Use it to get insight to what your customer needs, what they want, and how to serve them. And you discover that your sales will go up, your profit margins will increase, and you'll be building a brand with loyal customers all the way. Now, the next question is, what's the biggest mistake businesses make when conducting market research? Now, one of the biggest mistakes is that they rely too heavily on secondary research without conducting primary research with their actual customers. Now, if you are in business, what qualifies you to be in business, to have a functional organization, is that you have customers. Whether they are one, they are five, or they are 20, you actually have customers. So yes, it's easier and more tempting to just play around the secondary market research, but don't ignore primary market research. Interface with your customers. They don't bite. And even if they bite, even if your customers bite, it can't be that bad, right? And then this is one way to even know how they rate you. Because if they don't rate you, they will not answer you, right? But if they rate you, they will give you some time. Even if you have to remind them a bit, they would actually give you some of their time to let you know, to give you the feedback that you desire and let you know how well you're doing and what you can improve on. Because they want to see you win. A customer that cares about you actually wants to see you win as well. It's a two-way relationship. Value is exchanged, right? So you're not doing anybody a favor. They are also not doing you a favor. It's a mutually beneficial, symbiotic relationship. Except, of course, your product, services have K legs. And in that case, fix those K legs so that you can actually run a symbiotic, mutually beneficial business where your customers actually care about you because you are making their life easier and better. Secondary research is useful, though. Don't actually get that twisted. It's useful, but it might not reflect the unique needs and preferences of your specific audience, right? So yet you are using somebody else's audience as a standard. Well, it can help, but it's not always the best. Another common mistake is you don't do your research regularly, so you don't update your research regularly because you get so carried away. In anything you do, it's not really about the activity, it's about the strategy behind the activity. So if your activity is not strategic, you will do a lot and not get results, and then you would want to blame it on, I did everything they asked me to do. No, you were not strategic with what you did. If I was given a cutlass to cut a tree and I carry a blunt cutlass and I keep hitting the tree, I will hit it for like 6 months and not get any results. And I'll say cutlasses don't work. But was I wrong? I was wrong because I didn't sharpen that cutlass properly. If I had sharpened it properly and I had gone somewhere and observed a successful tree cutter and I knew how he was hitting the tree, I'll go back and maybe like 2 weeks cut that tree down. Right, so that's how important strategy, precision, and being skilled, getting the right skills, equipping yourself with the right skills, they go a very long way, trust me. And that's why you see big brands, they go for the best, they hire the best, they invest in talent, especially marketing talent, because they know just how much. And of course, also ad budgets, they invest in ads. Look at Temu terrorize our lives, right? Why? Because they know how important investing in skills and resources are to actually achieving their goals, their brand and business goals. So yeah, it's good to be like Temu actually, and then you can see the results they've actually got in a very short period of time. But of course, don't throw your money down the drain. Make sure you are skilled, or you have a skilled marketing staff, or at least you are upskilling. It's okay to upskill, get somebody who's also skilled, and then let them just be interested in learning, or you personally be interested in learning and upskilling. That's the most important thing. So markets and consumer behaviors change. They change. They are not static. So you need to continuously gather fresh data to stay relevant. I remember we are in a very fast world. Everything is moving fast, including people's perceptions and people's wants and needs and behaviors and data. So you also have to constantly update your database. Now, the next question is, how can I improve my market research skills over time? Now, to improve your market research skills, you need to practice. The secret to everything marketing is practice. So, as you watch a video, promise yourself that in less than 24 hours after watching a video, you have to practice, or you watch again. That should be the penalty, to watch again, so that you practice and then you realize what you understand and what you do not understand. So when you practice regularly, gather data from different sources. Go and volunteer. If you don't have a business, let's say you are learning the skill, marketing skill, volunteer. There are businesses around you. Volunteer to help them gather data. There are different things around you, brands around you. In fact, gather data for Netflix. Imagine you work with Netflix. Imagine you work with Coca-Cola. Imagine you work with all these Pepsi. Gather data. Just do something about it so that you learn. So that when you get the job tomorrow, you're already equipped with that skill and that know-how. Then stay curious. Always look for emerging trends in your industry. Now you're an industry player in wherever space, whatever company, whatever organization, whatever business, that is your space. So always be on the lookout for emerging trends in that space. And then learn how to use market research and tools like market research tools like Google Analytics, Google Trends, and social media insights effectively. We will teach you this. So yes, this is a good place to say, if you have not subscribed to this video, do well to just click it's a button, just one button, you click and voila, you're subscribed, and you will always get notified. Yes, when you click the notification bell, you always get notified of our new videos. And yes, do well to like this video, because of course there are people out there who also need this information you're getting. So by liking, by sharing, by dropping a comment, you actually make it possible for them to also get access to this really amazing resource, really valuable resource. Then keep improving your analytics skills. The only way to do that is by interpreting the data you gather and applying it to your business strategy. So you can make it a monthly event, a monthly affair. Every month you do a survey, you gather data, and then you create a strategy from the data that you have gathered. When you constantly refine your approach, your market research will become more impactful, and it will lead to better marketing outcomes. I really hope you've enjoyed this video so far. Thanks for staying tuned. I need to give you those accolades. And thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing. Now, one last thing, I need you to let me know in the comment section any more questions you have, any more feedback you have, how this video has been impactful to you, what you've learned, what you would adopt in your business going forward. So see you in our next class, Zillow School of Marketing. It's really nice to have you, and we hope you implement these strategies and you become the best marketing professional or entrepreneur ever. See you same place, same time in our next class.